Sometimes graphic design feels like this enigmatic, exclusive club where you have to know all the different resources and softwares and technologies just to fit in or be considered a good designer. It can honestly feel really overwhelming. It can also get really expensive trying to pay for a lot of different resources and websites. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You do not need to pay for all of those things. I have done all of the digging for you throughout my years, and I have boiled it down to my top 6 free resources. I tell all my friends about these and I want to share them with you. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Alex. I'm a graphic designer / collage artist / general creative. I'm based in Atlanta and I am a self-taught designer, so I like to share everything that I've learned. All right, so here are the 6 creative resources that I use on a daily basis, plus 1 bonus at the end. For fonts, my absolute favorite website is Fonts in Use. I was introduced to this a few years ago. Fonts never really came naturally to me, especially not going to design school. This website really helped give me kind of a fundamental understanding of type in my early design career. You can sort by project, you can sort by industry, and you can see how people have paired their fonts together. And I felt like it was really good for developing my intuition about how to use different fonts. A lot of the font pairing advice is just based on intuition. It was hard for me to kind of grasp that without examples because I'm such a visual learner. So having this resource really helped me just learn a lot more about fonts and see how people were using them together. As far as software goes, I want to talk about Kittl. Kittl is a browser-based design platform that has its own collection of fonts, vector-based editing tools, templates if you don't feel like starting from scratch on something, plus a bunch of textures and different text effects that you can use directly on the text. They have a pen tool where you can create little illustrations and vector art. Kittl's actually sponsoring this video, but I will say I love using Kittl and I use it all the time now. I use Kittl for different branding projects. I also use Kittl personally. I recently made a mood board for the vibes that I want in my next apartment. I've made posters in there. For example, look at this cute poster I made of my cat. I've been thinking about designing a political campaign for him, like as a joke. I mean, he might be serious about it, but yeah, I might do that in the future. I also love that you can take an artboard and then you can directly mock it up instead of having to go find different mockups. It's built right into Kittl. They have their own library of images and textures that you can pull in as well. I also have been trying to write a little bit more. I've been doing weekly reflections. So I've thought about making a little book of all of my different reflections in writing and just giving them a place to live that has a bit more of an aesthetic or more of a centralized place. And maybe I'll get it printed in the future, but I just wanted to have a little project to do for fun. All of their fonts are so cute. I've been having fun just playing around with different ones for this book project and just allowing myself to have fun with design again. It's just something that I'm excited to get out of bed and do in the morning. I feel like design sometimes can get really stressful and it shouldn't always be stressful. I really believe in their approach to design and I really believe in the accessibility of their platform. And if and when you're ready to upgrade, you can use my code ALEXAYT for 25% off all Kittl plans. I will put a link in my description. Thank you so much to Kittl for sponsoring this video. For commercial use images, I always like to check raw pixel. I tell all my designer friends about this just because it really is kind of a game changer. They have a lot of public domain images on there, as well as some other free for commercial use photos. They have a lot of different things that are already cut out and you can find as PNGs that you wouldn't be able to get at Unsplash, which is usually my go-to for stock images. Unsplash to me feels more like Tumblr girl vibes. It's just different. Usually public domain images, if you're not familiar, they're just open access for everyone. Either their license expired or they don't have a license, so you can use them for free. I don't want to pay for any other stock websites. Those subscriptions are so expensive, so raw pixel is a great option. For textures, my favorite texture resource is texturelabs.org. It has just a ton of free textures and images ranging from film to overlays and like different grungy textures, halftone textures too, paper, lens flares, brick. They also have some other little collage elements that you can use to add depth to your design. You can just download those and pull them into whatever software you're using and play around with the blending modes. I've just found texture to be super helpful for adding depth and personality and character to my designs. You can create your own textures. You don't really need a scanner. You can use a camera if you have that. Then you have your own library of textures that no one else has access to. Let's talk about brushes. My go-to resource for brushes is Brush Easy. This is my digital collage secret. I didn't really use brushes until a few years ago when someone introduced me. You can download these brushes and they create such realistic images. They have all kinds of things, like they have cloud brushes, grass brushes, moons, stars, smoke. I find them to be especially good for when you want to have something with some transparency without cutting out an image. Brushes are super easy to use with Photoshop. You can download them right from the website and then you literally just drag them into Photoshop and it'll automatically add it to your library. My favorite mockup website has got to be Creatoom. I've just found this website to have the best free mockups. You can sort by scene or you can sort by product mockups, and they have bundles too. Creatoom is good for having all the different mockups in your project kind of look similar, and they're very modern and editorial as well, so I feel like they look really professional and they don't feel too stocky because sometimes mockups can look really cheap. You can also create your own mockups if you're a bit more ambitious, but if you're looking for something quick and easy, if you're like me and you want to avoid paying for mockups at all cost, this is a great resource. I recently discovered this website. It's on Arena, this page called Decolonizing Design. It was actually created by a RISD professor named Ramon Tejada. It's basically a hub or a digital library of resources that focuses on decolonizing design. There's all different kinds of media. There's videos, articles, hyperlinks to books and stuff. I think it's really good for people, especially white designers, to challenge themselves to open up their perspectives about these things and make sure that our practices are mindful and open up our minds, listen to other people's stories, and create some space for different perspectives about people who have been historically marginalized and repressed, and amplify their work. The link is really long, so I'm gonna put it in the description. I really believe in making design accessible. It's not about having the most expensive software or the most expensive laptop or design tools. I just don't really believe that you need to be paying a lot for resources. I think it's possible to become a designer without emptying out your pockets, especially if you're transitioning from a different path, or maybe you're just learning design for fun. I don't know why, but I literally forgot to close this video out. So try Kittl today for free and then use AlexAYT to upgrade and get 25% off all your plans. I hope that this helped. Oh yeah, and please like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.